Okay, the struggle is real. Yeah, I was trying to start up EVMux just to because I was late today. I didn't want to schedule for later because I didn't know when. So I thought, okay, I'll schedule one for tomorrow. And now I'm doing it today. I'll probably go live tomorrow though because I'll have time. So what's going on? Anything? Nothing? I've been watching a few YouTube streams. I totally relate to JB so much because like, I think he feels the same way about streaming as I do. We're not making any money here. We're just trying to like get in a conversation with a few people, kill the time, and then people just like act like they don't want to participate. So fine, we don't have to do it. We don't have to go live, you know, but we want to because we want the conversation. And we assumed there were some other people that did. Not sure about it. People like me. Okay, so my link for those that are interested is I posted my link on my community post. So if you really want to come up and have a chat, hopefully with more than just me, maybe some other people will come up and join. You're welcome to go to my community post, which means if you're not subbed, you'll probably have to sub up to find it. Does that sound like a tactic? I don't know. Maybe it is. It wasn't really planned, but the trolling is a little. I can see it's a little out of control. Not here on my channel, but everywhere. So there's, I think, one person that has me blocked, and it's not blocked on their channel. I'm Google blocked, which means that when they come to my channel, I can't see them. So that requires me to have a mod if they're misbehaving because I can't tell if they're abusing my guests, and that's probably why they did it. So they can come in here and say whatever they want. And then for me to see it, I'd have to go get a second account and be in my own chat watching and I don't want to do all that because you guys are professionals and I don't care. It's boring. People don't want to spend their life running around figuring out why trolls troll. You guys can't help it. I mean, that one person can't help herself. So, hi, Jedi Miller. I'm glad you're here. I saw your little thing on the movie, but I probably won't. I probably won't go unless my family just decides I have to go with them because they will go. They go to all those events. They consider them events. And she's not making a result. Well, she doesn't have. Nobody has to do anything we want them to do. Like, I mean, it would be nice if she decided to make an original video just for you because you wanted to, but I don't think people should be forced to make videos they don't want to make. Just do what you want. Like my logo says, half and half creamer. I prefer cream. Just saying. And this is, I took this, it's a photograph. This picture on my avatar, it's a photograph. And the reason why I photographed it was because this is kind of the problem with YouTube and the AI stuff and how they're like knocking people's channels out. Because if they check this picture on my logo, they'll know that I took the photograph because they won't be able to find it anywhere else on YouTube at all because I'm the only one who has it. So they'll know I'm not AI. So those people that might be worried in any way, yeah, I'm making it about me because I like half and half creamer in my coffee. I don't put sugar in, but I wish I did because I love sugar. But I've learned that sugar is not good for me. So the only time I have sugar is with Chinese food and ice cream because I can't give those two things up. You know, that spicy hot flavor, I can't give that up. Mexican food is fine without sugar. I don't have a problem. Chinese food, it's hard. Yeah, people steal your videos and then they play them. You're hungover. I wish I was hungover. I'm kind of, oh, the weather's so hot here. It gets really hot and it's very humid. So it's like a struggle to take a step forward. And then people are in their cars and their air conditioning and they're wondering why we're taking so long to cross the road. Oh, you put some Splenda? Yeah, that can help, I guess. I'm trying not to get addicted to, because I'm already addicted to the Diet Coke. So I don't want to get addicted to too many sweeteners. I used to use stevia for stuff. You know what stevia is? You probably know. So I noticed a lot of people, like they come to YouTube and I think they want to have a conversation with somebody. But it turns out they really don't. They end up wanting to defend themselves against things that people have done or said about them. I think that's really a waste of time. If people are spending time worried about what somebody said about them on YouTube, then they need a better hobby. I'm not saying they shouldn't be on YouTube, but they should have also a better hobby. And a better hobby doesn't mean that you do diamond painting or whatever. I'm still going to do my tarot card reading. I don't know when. I said I'd do it like around summer solstice, which is I think the 21st or 20th. Well, I know it just does feel criminal, but what's the point of talking about it? Every time you talk about it, it brings it up again, and people are like, "Oh, what did he do? What did he say?" Blah blah blah. They want to have the details. So, what's the point of spending 4 hours talking about it and you've been gone? Like, you're not the only one who does this, by the way, Jedi Miller, and I wasn't really specific to talking about you. There's a couple of people that are doing it right now, and I'm like, what, really? I'm waiting for them to say something fun and interesting, and they're just droning on for hours and hours. and they have people come and commiserate with them. Like this one guy, Terry, the German guy, Terry. I don't know if you guys know him, but I like him, and he's a reasonable guy, and he's a good shoulder for, I guess, women to listen to, like to cry on. He'll come and he'll listen to you, and he'll not necessarily agree with you, but see, I don't know. He has like a way of softening people's blows, so they like to have him on his panel. Hi, hi. If you're watching, Terry, I don't think you watch me. I'm not needy enough for you, I guess. Just yeah, but Jetta Miller, I'm not going to repeat what you said, but I'm going to say something to you. Nobody cares if she did or didn't. That is like so not a nothing burger. Nobody cares about stuff like that. Not real people. I mean, trolls might like to play around with the racism and stuff, but most most people could care less what your ex-girlfriend did or didn't do ever in their life. Don't nobody, right? Black Eagle? No, there's literally no one that it matters to. I know, like, hearing it might feel like they're doing something against her or against you, and that hurts you. It hurts your feelings and stuff, but nobody that hears it or sees it gives a flying squirrel about it. They care, yes, and you care. But the rest of us, we're like, meh, meh. Doesn't that not my business. Doesn't really affect me. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to sound cold hearted. I'm trying to sound like it is the least of your worries. Real life is more of a worry for you than anything else. It should be anyway. Who cares what somebody said on the internet? Like I had a son. Some things happened, but before all those things happened, when he was 18, 19, and YouTube started, he had trolls that had put him on the no-fly list, a fake one. They took his photo because he was like online showing his face and saying that he wasn't allowed to fly because he was a terrorist, and they gave him a Muslim name. And he showed it to me, and I said, you know what? Everyone knows that's a fake site. It's not real. When you want to fly, you can fly. You go and you fly. It hurt him. It was gamers. Gamers started all this mess anyway, right? They did all that. But I said, we know, so let's not care about stuff that we can't change, kind of like a 12-step program for YouTube, or things like YouTube, platforms similar to YouTube. Let's not worry about things that we can't change. Things that happen that are like, okay, here's another example. I was dealing poker at the Isle of Capri. It's not an island, it's a casino in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Wasn't my first job there. I had other casinos I worked at. Anyway, there was this one guy, and pretty sure he was gay, but not 100% sure, but I don't care. He was my friend. His name was Michael, and he would, every time he saw me, he'd sit at my table and in the break room, and we'd talk and whatever. And he did fishing tours, and I love fishing, so I'd say let's go sometime, and I'd say, what time do I have to get up? Do I have to get up at 6 a.m., 5 a.m.? I want to go. And we'd talk about stuff like that. And one day he came in with a newspaper article, and it was an article of someone who was an offender. And the person had the exact same name as he did. And there was a picture of him. It wasn't obviously my friend Michael, but it was his name. And he said, how would you feel if someone did this? You know? Well, I said, they didn't do it to you. They did it to the offender. We'll call it a SA offender, right? And I know that that's not you because I can see your picture. And I think other people know that there's more than one Michael so-and-so on the planet. So try not to take it to heart. I know it hurts. It's like a lie, but it's not a lie. You see what I'm saying? It was unavoidable. It wasn't his fault that he was around the same age and had the same name and lived in the same town. Bizarre, right? He was so upset about it. But he can't like sue the paper because it was a picture of another guy, a different guy with the same name. See what I mean? Like, if you dwell on it, you're the one that's being hurt, not the people that know you. The people that know you are not thinking about that or thinking about you in that way. It's a devious plan of somebody that wants to make a mission. The mission is to make you feel uncomfortable everywhere you go. Well, you know how it actually works. Because there was a couple of people that were in the community here, and they were quite prominent panel hoppers, and they did some things, apparently, the people didn't like, and people really didn't even talk to them. That didn't happen to you. At least people are still talking about you, at you. You're like a staple of the Bell Gab community. I'm not from Bell Gab. I know people want to include me in it, and it's very nice of them because I did spend a lot of time listening to the radio show, and I've seen the blogs or vlogs or whatever you want to call it. But I didn't participate. I didn't call into the shows. I didn't do anything, but that was the time of night that I was getting ready to go to work or driving to work. So one job I had, I started at 3 a.m. and it was a 2-hour drive. So I listened to the whole show from midnight till I had to go to work. But yeah, I know there's a lot of things that can hurt us. But words on the internet should be the least of our worries. It's the in the real life stuff. Like, I kind of felt bad because for that guy with the newspaper article, it kind of was in real life for him. You know, but what can you do? It's like, and then of course it's already there. And what would you want the paper to say? Oh, well, there's like 9 other guys called this and they're close in age, but it isn't them. You don't like, that's not going to happen. Sure, Jedi Miller. Trolls killed Bell Gab, I guess. But it was kind of designed with trolls in mind. I mean, the subject matter and the choice of callers, because they'd have repeat callers and I'd like, oh yeah, I remember this guy, or, whatever, you know what I mean? It was like, it was very designed for kind of not really shock value, because it was more like out there value. Like, the hosts don't necessarily believe any of the stuff that they're talking about. They're doing a show and they have to do a show. Like, it's like, if you if you want to sell Tupperware, you have to, even if you hate Tupperware, you have to pretend it's your favorite houseware. Otherwise, you're probably not going to sell very much. That's right. They called us to troll, but he let them troll him because that was part of how his show was set up. He knew that that would bring listeners, and he let them troll because, sure, he wants to make money. That's how you do it. Doesn't have to be real for him, but maybe it was. I don't know. I don't know what his actual issues were, but I used to think he knows the ones to put on the air that strangers like me will like to listen to, so it wouldn't be boring. Like, because at night people don't want to be bored if they're on the radio. I'm like literally driving in my truck trying to get to work, and I don't want to be bored. I want to be awake. I want to be listening. I want to think of things to say that I don't actually say because I'm not going to get on my phone and call while I'm driving, you know. So, and by the way, hello, Black Eagle. I don't know if you know, but there's a link on my community page. So if you've unsubbed from me recently, you might want to sub up again so that you can go to my community page and grab that link. I noticed nobody's watching me today. I guess they're all mad because I couldn't go live this morning. I don't know how to resolve that problem that I have though, with the not being able to make it to the lives, getting the time wrong, things like that. Sometimes plans change when you have kids around, you know. I don't know if you're aware of that, but tomorrow I should be alone most of the day. So I mean, maybe I'll do a marathon stream. Too afraid to type, too afraid to even show up. Because look, I only have, it says 5. I don't know. There's only 5 people in here. And I don't want to be blamed for the people that used to go live that people think I don't like, whether I like them or not. I don't want them to not go live anymore. I mean, what would be the point of that? I'm not making money. The burden isn't on me to like supply the entertainment for people that, well, okay, sure. They can change their venue. They can go to wherever they want. They can go to, what do you call that place? Discord. Because they've found out like they're making a lot of errors. And they don't want to hear me say that they've made an error. But yeah, you know, you can't prove a lie. No, I don't know how to say that. But anyway, someone who lies about you, like, it's like when Black Eagle can't remember what she said to me that time. And I was like, I had to delete it because she did it, especially in the beginning when she first started coming. She'd say things that were like sort of borderline racist stuff, where she tried to make it look like I was a racist. She was a race baiter. And I'd have to delete the stream because I'd say, she'd say it and I go, I can't believe you just said that on my channel. And then I just thought, what a useless like conversation that would be. Let's just delete it. And then she'd ask me every time she came in, what was it that I said to you? Like, so that I could say it and get clipped saying what she said. No. See, she likes to race bait and reverse troll and stuff. It's not like she's new here. But what is new, not really, but kind of, is that I can tell, like she's doing her little vlogs, or whatever you want to call them, her dailies. And, oh, I guess she was on JB's the other night. I noticed that she's being influenced by by the fisherman's language. She's like cursing a lot more again. So I don't know. Maybe she feels too controlled to whatever. Yeah, they're better off over in Discord, like, so they can talk about me and my half and half creamer, and uh, you didn't do anything. You went to the movies, you know, like how bad are we that we get to be talked about in a Discord somewhere? This is so weird, isn't it? I find it weird. Like, are they just a bunch of weirdos? Yes, they are. What's the point? Okay, so then there's other people doing stuff. So what's going on? Oh yeah, I have to think for a second how this went. So I was watching this live stream, and the guy is kind of, I don't know, he's just feeling a little like he wants some company. So there wasn't anyone around, and I wasn't able to go up, so I just left for a bit because I thought either might end it or somebody'd show up. So about half an hour later, I went back, and he had like 10 people on his panel. And one of them happened to be not Lay Geno. And I guess he went through a lot with Sam Hill. I don't know. They had like they had same subs. So they would go back and forth. And I guess a lot of the girls that hung out there aired their grievances about him over at Sam Hill's, and he lost a lot of his friends. And so then he was over at this other place trying to look like he wasn't not Jay Leno. He put a different name up and went on panel. And I know it's him because I recognize his voice. And also, I mean, if you want to call it a disguise, I don't know. I can't remember whether he had a beard and took it off or didn't have a beard and put it on and wore glasses and didn't wear and then took them off or whatever he did to disguise himself. But he was wearing like t-shirts and his shorts. And every time he stood up from his couch, you could tell, like, because he's known for porning people with his own body parts. Like, literally, it's not like a film that he puts up. He drops his drawers in public on YouTube, just the way some of the women took their tops off on YouTube, stuff like that. But he does the drawers. And there was another guy, Alan DeKeller or something, that used to do that. But yeah, so I saw him do it one time. And I thought, oh, he's got the same camera angle, just in case he feels like the urge to do this. He will have the camera, he'll be camera ready. And he got up about 5 or 6 times on the panel. And each time he would get up, he'd come back and he'd start gyrating his hips in front of the camera. It's like, oh, he was like really trying to restrain himself from doing it because he didn't want to do it. He didn't have a reason to do it. So, but it's a habit he has. It's really weird. Anyway, so the next day they went live again, the same guy, and I popped up there and I mentioned it. Like, he said he didn't care, and I was like, no, I'm not telling you because I care whether you have this person on your panel or not. I'm just letting you know that, he's feeling lonely and he's looking for a new group of friends to hang out with. So, you may or may not be it for him. And then somebody said, that wasn't him. And I'm like, yeah, it was. Like what? it's just so hard to tell people when the evidence, like, okay, I don't have to prove it to you, but the proof is there. If you just go and look at the video of him on the panel for 3 hours, you will know that's him, right? But I'm not telling people don't have not Jay Leno or not Lay Jeno on your channel. I wouldn't have him come on my panel because it's just too much work emotionally for me to have to delete a stream because someone said something racist or somebody said something or they took their clothes off or whatever it is that they did. It's too much for me to do it. So I try to avoid it. And every time it happens, I get all weirded out by it. So I just try to avoid it. That's all. You know what I'm going to do, though? I am going to drop the link in the chat in case someone shows up because I don't know, I guess that's how people are around here. So let me try and do that. And I took myself out of portrait and put the landscape lens on. And I noticed that, like when you're in portrait, you get a lot more people, strangers come in and stuff. Yeah, oh, good, you're still here. Okay, let me just try and drop the link. I can't remember how to do anything. If I disappear for a second, that's why. Sorry. Yeah, you probably couldn't hear me the past couple of minutes, right? Anyway, I was just going to go check and see that somebody I know is live right now. And I think, let me go check. Oh, I did want to show you this video that I started watching. And it's an interview of a professor from Princeton. She wrote a bunch of books about Satan. Her name's Professor Elaine Pagels. And she tells a story about how she got into it. But anyway, I guess he's interested in like streaming her again. So he's like got the handout thing happening, but he got he got 60K. No, he got 182,000 views on it, which is pretty good. Satan tried to kill you. He appeared as a woman in red. Oh, that's interesting. And she tried to kill you, huh? There's a comment here. I want to read it. That was just posted. I was disappointed that in a video ostensibly on the origins of Satan, the original 14th century BC, Zoroastrian god of evil, Ahriman, was not mentioned. Why is this important? Because there is a minority school of thought within the history of religion which contends that the major influence on the development of Christianity out of Judaism was the Zoroastrian religion of the Persian, Parthian, and Armenian empires. Okay, whatever. This guy, oh, he just keeps posting over there. Strange. Oh yeah. So the other thing that I was watching quite a bit of was Viking stuff, and so they're saying that there were Viking pirates in this area. They found 40 bodies. I don't understand why when historians find evidence that 40 Vikings were slaughtered because they were in the wrong place at the wrong time, that they're somehow the heathens and not the people who killed them. Like, but if a Britishman goes to America and gets shot with an arrow by a native Indian, they're not heathens. They're just these British. They were explorers. So make it make sense. I don't know. All of this stuff. Oh yeah, the clowns. They pay for views. 50 for $100. What? Yeah. Okay, so if you pay $50 to $100 for views and you make $2,000, I guess that's worth it. I suppose you have to make spend money to make money. But personally, I'm not even going to. Never. I'm not interested in that. This as being a job. But I think you're right about that. People want to, say that they're experts. They can't say they're experts unless they have a lot of views. Seems weird. Yeah, you won't do it. Well, I mean, but yeah, because what you'd have to keep doing it over and over again. What would be the purpose of it, right? Oh, you finally showed up, Chloe. Yeah, I know I upset you by not being available this morning, but I'm going to have to stop putting, upcoming videos in advance because it doesn't help my channel to do it. Not that my channel needs any help. I obviously have the best channel on YouTube, clearly. My opinions about food and stuff matter. Hey, Charlie. Yeah, like I just want to have a channel where I'm a little bit more reliable time-wise so people can show up and do chats, have chats and things. And we don't have to talk smack every time. It'd be fun if we did, but I don't think I have that much smack in me. Just saying. See, that one person that came in, got 11 people in the Discord watching. It doesn't matter. Those 11 people are still watching. I don't care how many views I get. Oh, Dory's views are down. So heartbreaking. But yet, you all heard everything I said, apparently. Yeah. I just wish more people would actually go live. Like, I think there's a few people that seem a little discouraged, or maybe they just can't find the right subject matter for themselves. But I'm going to start talking more about, like, what types of foods should we be eating? Because being an older person, I'm seeing these other old people that are either like whatever issues they have. These are the ones that can still come outside. And then there's the ones that do go outside, but they never, go anywhere public. I don't know where they go. Go to the country club. Yeah, you mentioned that. You can call people out if you want to. I mean, people shouldn't be that sensitive about it. I mean, Hartley has a whole channel of just doing clips of other people's work. Oh. Iron Chef Dad has a Michelin starred restaurant in Singapore. That's what happens when you get rich. You don't even have to work, but you're working all the time. I think I'm just going to hang out here until someone shows up to the panel, however long it takes. No, I can't do that. There's a point at which I have to quit when the family comes home. Do you want me to play your video, the Glowy Bostonian Rocks the Lord's Prayer? I'm looking at it right now.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Yeah, right, motherfuckers. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever and ever. Amen. Bing, bang, boom, boom. You got a cigarette, brother? Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done.
Oh my God. Oh well. Wasn't that good? Yeah, Elon Musk became a trillionaire. First trillionaire ever. I guess those are rich people's problems. I don't know. I don't know why I get hungry every time I start live streaming. I tried to eat and everything just so I wouldn't, but I'm hungry again. Don't know why. Maybe it's that picture of the creamer. So here's my advice, since I know you're all waiting for it. To those people that come back here and want to prove that everybody's lying, stop. Just stop. Makes me laugh every time you try to do it. It's true, but stop it. It's not doing anything. It's just like so ridiculous. To me, it's just ridiculous. I can't. Let me see what Chloe said. Hang on. Oh, it's your copy? You recorded it? Cool. But that's my point, is that you can try to dictate to people what you think you want them to do on their channel. But that's not the purpose of the channel, is it? Or is it? No, don't ask her how's Randy. Where's Randy? Where the heck is Randy? He's wonderful. He's wonderful. He's marvelous. He's fabulous. He's whatever. Oh, you don't like him? Well, you don't have to date him. No one's asking you to date Randy. You don't have to like him either. I think Randy's very funny. He's a funny guy and he recognizes my genius. So, there's that, right? Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to not like Randy because Miller doesn't like Randy? No, that's not happening. So sorry. it's, everybody, I don't know how to explain it to you, Miller. If somebody likes somebody that you don't like, why do you unless they're like a criminal, why would you like not like them? But you think everything that is against you is criminal behavior. No, it's not. It's not criminal behavior. People can say stuff. This is not what do you call it? What do they call it? A martial state? Why what? Oh, okay. So that's the thing. It's like if he tells me something that I feel is true about me, like not many people recognize my real genius. Why do you like him? You don't have to explain why. There's plenty of reasons to like for people. You like him because he's Canadian and Canadians are cool, right? So I found out that Darren from Dublin is Canadian, or is an immigrant anyway, to Canada. You know what I mean? I know I would just be talking the whole day through if I if I would never run out of nice things to say about why to like Randy. Would I? I would just like be never ending. Well, that kind of doesn't count. The bro thing. Just because they're Canadian doesn't mean they're the same. He doesn't even come from the same part of Canada. And even if he did, like, am I the same as um Coda because we come from the same exact spot? I mean, literally within a block or two of each other. No, we're not. We are not the same because I'm older and I know more about that area than he ever will. My father actually had a job there as a teenager before he joined the Air Force because it used to be a mill yard, and all the streets down there are after like saw cut. I lived on Sawyer's Lane. Sawyer is a barrel maker. But okay, but I mean, okay, I'm the only nice Canadian that ever existed. I'll take that title if you want to give it to me. Right. Thing with Canadians is we're not allowed to carry guns unless we're like going to shoot a deer or something, and then some people get offended by that. Just saying. I can't believe it. obnoxiously, well, obnoxiously nice. I think Canadians have a sense of humor that's like, you know, has its own speciality. Yeah. Oh, you're in France, Charlie? I like French red wine. It's delicious. Yeah. Well, there is no reason for us to be Canadian. You could call us any country and we'd fit in. Just saying. You know what I mean? Excellent French wine. The French wine expert over there. I haven't heard that little noise yet. Boop. I guess I'll just let people look at my half and half. You're going to reserve the resort Monday through Friday? And then what? What do you do on the weekends then? And then drink on the weekends? Just kidding. No, it's not okay, Black Eagle. The heat is ridiculous. It's really bad. And we have AC. I'm just saying outside it's really bad. I'm just watching the chat, reading the chat, thinking about the French Riviera. I was thinking if I decided if I do get my own apartment, which it should happen, it's just being on a list, it sucks. I might get a job at the casino on a boat, like go to the French Riviera and deal blackjack on a boat. That'll be okay. I seem to be no. I mean, I don't want to say, but it's like easier for an older person to get a job on one of those ships now that people are afraid to, travel. People don't want to do it anymore. We're losing our population to all the different things. So I'm going to ask, yeah, like I wouldn't even have to go for 6 months a year. I'd go for like 4 months or even 2 months. Just go to get some extra money because I get Social Security. I don't want to have too much extra money because then they start taking your Social Security away. But it'd be nice just to go for a couple of months and hang out, in a different part of the world.
Hello, baby.
Hey, I've been following you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I've been listening to your blogs and looking at your posts and stuff.
Hey, anything we can do about the echo?
Oh, okay. I'll drop down and come back. I have to. Sorry about that. I'll be right back.
That's fine. Hey, buddy. I don't know if I'm still here. Hey, Charlie. Hola. Let's see. Bella. Hey. Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Is it better?
It's much better.
Okay, good. Well, we're getting used to doing this now anyway, right?
Well, I mean, it's as simple as using StreamYard, Dory.
I'm using StreamYard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That always works fine.
No, I'm just saying that I've only been using StreamYard for the last 2 months, and I'm getting better at figuring out how to do this so that there is, what to do when there is an echo, what to do if blah, blah, blah.
Oh, gotcha.
Because a lot of people think, oh, the echo is coming from the person that just jumped in, but it's not that person. It usually is the host. So, whatever.
Well, there's that. Yeah. So you doing all right?
Yeah, it's really been hot though. It's been so hot. I couldn't go to the school picnic because it was 95 and like 110% humidity.
Right.
So I went to yesterday I went to, they had a card trade or a sticker trade for the soccer, World Cup soccer with the school kids
Yeah.
up at the bodega. We have a bodega near the
Okay.
school. So
Okay.
the lady there that owns the bodega, her kid goes to the same
The
school.
bodega. The
The
bodega.
bodega, yeah. It's just a little corner store that
I
they
know what
they make food.
a bodega is.
They make food and stuff, right?
Well, it's
But
just a
they're
corner
into
store,
soccer
right?
because they're, I don't know what part of.
What is it? It must be Italian or something, the word
They're not
bodega. I mean,
Italian.
or
They're Spanish, Central
right. I was
American,
just right.
probably.
Right. I was gonna just retract that.
Yeah. So they're
Yeah.
they're like the kids are born in America, like no accent, but the parents all have accents. You know.
Yes, my brother, I have a brother that married a full-blooded Mexican and into a family of, she had, I believe, like 10 siblings. So,
Yeah, my son married a girl from LA whose mother is Mexican
yeah.
and her father's Bolivian, I think, from
Hmm.
Bolivia, South America.
Yeah.
So she's the oldest of four girls.
Gotcha. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I had to break down tonight and put on the old air conditioning.
Yeah, it's
Although,
pretty humid.
yeah. Well, I mean, I can't wake up for work feeling completely depleted before I even
Before you even get there,
right.
you have to start sleeping in your car or your
Yeah,
truck.
right. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
Or isn't there a resort handy for you to go sleep in? You know, the
Nope.
undocumented workers around here, they sleep in these buildings that, I've been doing some video of buildings because a lot of tear downs are happening and
Yeah,
a lot of the workers are, I'm pretty sure, sleeping in the other buildings that are waiting to be torn down
yeah. Well,
with the
Dory,
porta
I
potties on the
live right on
outside.
the water. There's no place on the planet cooler than where I live. So, no, I don't go sleep in
No, I'm not talking about that.
or
Just
go
saying.
park behind the Walgreens for air.
Well,
No,
that's
where
because
was
you're not in Las Vegas, I guess.
no, no. Yeah, no, I was just talking with my brother. He's out in Nevada, and
Mhm.
it's a different type of heat, And
Yeah, I used to live there.
I know
You remember
you
that about me? Oh my
I
God.
do. Well, where there's casinos, there usually would be a dory, right?
Except that I never worked there. I never had a job when I lived in Las Vegas.
Okay. Well, so yeah, you were talking about maybe thinking about doing cruise ship. Why not?
Yeah. Then I could just work a couple of months out of the year just so that, you know, I think not working I don't really like not working, but working full time is getting tougher. It's
You
hard.
don't work full time, Dory. What are you talking
I don't
about?
work at all now.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
I have
say.
Social Security. I'm saying we're
I,
working full time is getting too. I was working full
oh,
time like a year ago, and I was not
okay.
liking it at all anymore.
Right. Well, There you go.
And I think it's more like for me, the physical part didn't bother me that much. Like being on my feet all day and stuff, that didn't bother me. But I don't know, it's kind of an emotional thing. Like people have such high expectations all the time. You know, they want you to solve their every problem because they came outside and they need somebody to solve it for them. You know, it's like being a bartender.
I have no
Being,
idea what the hell you're talking about,
being
Dory.
a dealer is like being a bartender. Like people
Oh,
come in
oh,
and they spend their money and they talk and they want you to fix their problems because
oh. Okay. I didn't know that. I thought they
they're
just sat down to play. I didn't
no,
realize it was like at the bar.
it's totally like at the bar.
Yeah. Hey, I met a husband at a bar.
Yeah, I did
It was
not.
my bar. It's my family's bar, but
I met a boyfriend at a bar that I lived with for 10 years. Does that count?
sure. I mean, I
And
would say
you
so,
know what
Dory.
bar I met him?
Hard
In-
Rock Cafe.
no, it was in
Then I
Vancouver.
can't guess.
It was in the
Oh,
same pub that I talked to Coda about. I said, the Fairview pub. And he said, oh, I met Loverboy there and the guy. And he said, I was with a date and she was like all into him. And I'm like, that's a funny coincidence because I met my boyfriend there and he was all into me. So whatever. I'm just luckier than Coda in the love department, I guess. I try
yeah.
not to
I met
go
my
anywhere.
first husband was sitting in the pub at my family's bar with his indictment papers in his pocket, and I don't know, for some reason I fell in love with him on the spot.
Well, good for you. Well,
That's
actually,
not
my
true.
first husband, I did meet him in a bar, but not the way you think. It was a bar in Gastown, and that's like a little old, like
I get
it's
it.
like the old neighborhood,
Right.
and but it was more like I was being fixed up because my friend, she's like, "Oh, you need to meet this guy," blah 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 blah. I'm like, whatever, okay. And then, you know, whatever.
No, I don't know, Dory. What?
I'm not telling you.
Okay, that's fine.
You can
Don't
tell
ask, don't
me.
tell.
Yeah, don't ask me. Don't ask me. No. If I say like somebody's a knucklehead, I'm
Yeah.
referring to me. Okay? I'm just a knucklehead when it comes to men.
If I call someone a dingleberry, that's also for you.
Okay. Can it be for you too? A
Uh,
knucklehead.
that doesn't fit, but there's definitely names that I'm sure would. For
Right.
sure. Absolutely.
I just like like when it comes to men, I don't have any filter when I meet them. I'm like, you know, watch out because you might get a knee in the crotch or a
Geez,
slap on the
Dory.
face, a drink in the face or whatever. I'm that type of woman. I don't take any
Yeah.
guff. And then I
Well,
turn into a
as long as you're
knucklehead
not
because they work
provoked. Well,
harder.
okay. I'm trying to envision. I'm assuming you would be the provoker. So chances are you get what you deserve. I'm just kidding.
You get what
Are
you get.
you? Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Are you in real life similar to how you are online?
Very similar. Not easy to get along with. But either you like me or you don't like me, if you know what I mean. Like there's no like gray area. I don't have to worry
Right.
about, you know, like does that person like me or not? Like it's going to
Right.
be clear. I can't deal with this like half baked relationship with especially with women. I'm like, oh, don't
Well,
don't.
I mean, friendship. Well, acquaintance is one thing. Coworker, that's another thing. But friendships take commit. It takes a bit of a commitment. So, and I think absolutely now that social media has taken over everything, I think you know there are a lot less people that hang out in person, but that's, I mean, that's, again, nothing is all one way or the other, really. But I do find that a lot of people, they just people just don't socialize the way they used to, and maybe it was COVID or who knows.
I don't know, but I notice with my family, they seem to take after my style of I don't know what the word is, but like for instance, I was
Socializing.
a place where people could drop by my house and the door would be open and I'd be like, come in.
Right.
Leave your pot at the door though. Like I'm like, no, don't be smoking weed or drinking in my house, but come on in, have a drink of tea, or I'll make you some whatever I have in the fridge. I'm
Yeah.
that kind of person. And then I'm also every day out there with my kids at the beach or at the park, or I'm going to run into people.
Yeah. My best friend is kind of funny. Well, well, I mean, I've known her forever. So there's that. But so I go and I help out with her pooch. And I've been doing it more so recently. But anyway, so, and that's all well and good. But if I were to all of a sudden, on my day off or whatever, just show up unannounced, that would not be okay. And I'm her
Right.
best friend of 40 years. She would
But if
have
I
a problem
can't
with it.
go to your house unannounced, I'm not ever going to your house. You know what I mean? That's how I am. Because people can
Well,
come unannounced. No, it's fine. I mean, people have friends
see,
for
I don't
whatever
have
reason, right?
like I said, I don't have a problem with it at all because I respect that like her space, she's got this beautiful log cabin and like her space is her space, but when it comes to, and when you cross in her driveway, an alarm goes off so she knows whoever's coming for sure. But yeah, I mean, I could
Yeah.
literally, I'll be there all day stacking wood with her if I were to just show up unannounced. And it's not like she'd be pissed off, but she would definitely, there'd be a little edge to her. And I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't just show
Well,
up
I
unannounced.
have like cousins in LA that like update me on the names of their dogs. So if they're not home, I can get into the backyard and go through the slider.
Yeah.
And I don't even live in their state, just in case
Yeah.
I show up, because
Yeah.
whatever. They don't want me waiting outside for them.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think for myself, if there's one thing that I would do differently going back, well, I'd probably do more than just one thing differently, but one thing that I would do differently when I was raising my kids is I would be a lot more uh, restricted as far as who I let into our world.
Yeah.
But it always ended up, with kids and sports, and then one sleeping over, and then they're there for 3 or 4 fucking days, and then it's like, are you going to come get your kid? Um, and then they come over and they like have a cup of coffee, picking up their kid after 5 days, and I just want them all gone. And then I've got to sit
Hmm.
there and listen to,
And you wonder why
whatever.
don't they realize you have 5 kids? Why aren't they bringing the coffee for you? You just looked after their kid for 4 days.
Well,
You know,
like I said, you make the mistake of like, yeah, come for a sleepover. Fine, you want to stay an extra day, that's great. It's Sunday. Maybe you should think about going home. Where's your mom? No idea.
you have a
Just weird
mom.
shit like that.
I know. Yeah. I tried not
Um,
to get wound up in that weird microcosm of looking after other people's children. I didn't want to be. Well, also, I did have a child that was a baby that died at a young age, so it's difficult for me to want to be
Apex.
responsible for somebody else's kid. So if something bad were to happen, I don't think I'd
Well,
get over it.
yeah. I mean, like I said, I mean, with Mine were separated. I had my older two, and then there was a bit of a gap, 4 or 5 years, and then it was on with the other three. And I really would prefer, I didn't mind coming home to a house full of kids. I'd even deal with the fact that I'd go to make food for dinner and there wouldn't be any. But it was more so as they got older in high school. And it just seemed like some parents could have given a rat's ass where their kids were. And I didn't know them. It's like, what, you're leaving your kid here with people, I just, it was weird. And for me to have to like finally say, look, where's your mom?
Yeah,
We've
weird
been
stuff
trying
would
to,
happen with my sister because of my brother-in-law. His brother was an actual Hell's Angel.
yeah.
So they'd say things like, "Oh, you know, do you want to and say my daughter's name, babysit out at their house out in the country with an indoor swimming pool and blah blah
Yeah.
blah," right? And I'm like, no, why would I want to expose my 14-year-old to all your young Harley Davidson drivers? Ugh, no,
Oh
thank
my
you.
God. I met this woman one time and I had met her like at like this spiritual thing. She seemed like really super cool. And her daughter, she had a daughter, my Dana's age. And they were in like they were in high school. So they were like, and she had other younger kids, whatever. So we had gotten together and we decided that fuck, her name's like her name was Sinawata. Anyway,
Okay.
Sinawata. Anyway, so she and I go out and Dana goes over to hang out with her daughter and they babysitting the younger kids and all right, we're going to go out and then I'll come back and grab Dana. And I think Dana might have even originally thought about like she was going to sleep over, yada, yada. And this woman was a fucking night. I had never been out with her. She was an absolute fucking nightmare out. She was like hitting on every guy in the bar. And it was like, all right,
Just
time to go.
embarrassment.
Well, I didn't even give a shit about that. I was just like, all right, I want to go. I'm done. I'm going to get bringing you home. And she went from being like, Sally Slutty at the bar to like, she was pissed that I was like, it's time to go. And on the way home, I swear to God, it was like I could see the shift in her face. And she just all of a sudden got like really dark. Like, I'm like, are you all right? She was like, I'm fine. So anyway, I get her
read
home.
now.
I get her home. It's not even a question. Dana, we're leaving. She was like, oh my God, I can't believe you left me there with that weird kid. I was like, I was out with her weird mother. Oh my God. Fucking nightmare.
Yeah, the only time I was in a situation like that was my youngest son had a friend from online that he'd known for years, only online though. And when we moved to Houston, his friend wanted to come and visit. They were Canadian and they were from Calgary. Never met either one of them, but that was like his best friend online. And after the visit was over, like she was a little, I don't know. She was a single mom and she wanted to show off that she had this really great job and she could afford different things and blah blah blah. Who cares? Stuff like that, right? So I was like not very engaged in conversation with that type of person. Because I'm not. I don't care if people have more money than me or don't.
Yeah.
None of that matters to me. So, but we hung out because that gave an opportunity for her son and my son to hang out together. And I guess they were like 16 or 17, something like that. Then when the visit was over, they were there for like 4 days and they didn't stay with us. She got a hotel and all that,
Yeah.
And when we left, he was like, well, that was horrible. I was like, you really wanted to meet your friend, right? And he goes, yeah, I think he's gay. I'm like, okay, well, you mean you can't still be friends? He said, no, I think he had expectations. Like he
Yeah.
did not understand that, like, that it wasn't. I don't know how to explain it, but when you're like
Yeah.
17, you never had a girlfriend, and
Sure.
whatever.
Yeah.
He was upset by it, but I said, you shouldn't be upset. You should be flattered.
Yeah.
Whatever. But
Well,
it's hard with teenagers. Teenagers are difficult.
well, there is that. Yeah.
But yeah, the mother was very controlling, and I thought, does she know that her kid is gay? And she was like wearing heavy metal T-shirts, and you know what I mean. She was a
Yeah.
typical
Biker mom.
biker. Yeah, except she didn't have a husband.
Oh, okay. Kind of like Aaron Brockovich.
She made good money. She wasn't a lawyer, but she worked corporate. But I guess when she wasn't at her job, she was, this is her other persona, her heavy
Yeah.
metal persona, which I'm not into that kind of music anyway, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you learn. I mean, like I said, there are a few things that I would do differently for sure. I don't sit around and beat myself up because again, I was a homebody, so I didn't give a shit. How many kids, how many whatevers.
Yeah,
Um,
me too. I was naturally like cooking and baking
yeah,
and doing all that stuff. It was just like
yeah,
came natural to me,
yeah,
and organizing them, trying to touch their, oh my gosh, I remember when when my oldest son started high school, at night I would try to go into his room and pick up all his dirty t-shirts to put in the laundry
mm,
at night and do a load of laundry for him so he could have some and he'd scream at me, I have those organized. Like, oh my god. Whoops. Let me get out of
I
here.
like my dirty clothes.
I like my dirty clothes the way they are. Leave them alone. Like, oh my god. What? I thought they were
Yeah,
dirty. Maybe they weren't
yeah.
dirty.
I can't even imagine with all the laundry that I did with my kids. I don't know how people without a washer and dryer, I do not, because occasionally for whatever reason I had to use a laundromat and I just always wanted to throw everything away after it just oh my
Well,
god, it was just disgusting.
my washer
The
broke down
dryers.
one day and I couldn't afford to buy a new one right away. And so I was looking in secondhand stores and I was washing and I had my boyfriend there too. He was like 6'5", and so his jeans weren't tiny. I was like washing all their clothes in the bathtub. I'm not joking. It was like strenuous, like literally for 5 weeks. And then finally my friend down the street, she's like, you can come to our apartment building and use our washers there. They're only 25 cents. And I'm like, great. And I went and got a shopping cart and threw all my laundry in there and used like 6 machines, whatever.
I used to take like this bleach mixture and I would try to like I would wipe down the dryer before I used it because I just remember this one time that it's just everything smelled weird after and I didn't get rid of everything, but I got rid of a lot of it because it like whether or not other people were like you can't smell it, but I could. And maybe it's because I had to sit it. I don't know. Whatever. It just was. Ugh.
I don't know.
Just
Like,
even the thought of other people's clothes just makes me weird.
yeah,
So,
I kind of have, like, when I was first I moved in with a boyfriend once when I was like 19, and he had a car that he could use not every day, but eventually it was his grandfather's car. His grandfather eventually gave him the car. But I thought he was going to the laundromat with my clothes. He was going to his mother's, and I was like so freaking embarrassed. I was like, oh my
I guess
God.
we're boring the chat. Root's life is just oh so fucking I'm sure exciting and riveting.
I know, but
And we know Randy's is.
yeah.
I'm sure they just, they don't want to put us all to shame by going live and talking
Yeah, and
about their
having
oh so
such an
exciting
exciting chat. Like I don't worry about it,
mom's
but
basement.
I'm
Yeah.
fine with this type of chat.
Mm,
Whether
yeah.
people want to hear it or not, don't care.
Right.
They're here, aren't they?
Yes. That exactly. Right.
So, I mean, if we can't talk about people's laundry, what can
Oh,
we
the
talk about?
hypocrisy is real. It's I have looked around to see if there are other communities like ours. There are a few.
Yeah.
Nothing, this is longevity as far as the length of time that I've known some of the people around here. But
Yeah, I
yeah.
think some of the other people that we used to know, they were really trying to make money. It was supposed to be a part-time job, like a supplemental income, but I don't think it worked out. The amount of time that you have to spend to actually make money is like too much time.
Well, it also seems like now that everybody is monetized, or majority of people that you see, they're taking donation. It's the mark. It's oversaturated. I'm sure people in the beginning, when they could start getting super chats or whatever, or money,
You
I'm
just
sure
need
it was
one, honestly, you just need one good person. Like if I could get Elon Musk to come in here and drop a couple hundred every day or like a couple grand a month, then sure, I would
Does he do any
go right
charity
away.
work? Does he do
I don't
anything
know.
like that though?
No
I'm
idea.
curious. Yeah, well, it would be interesting to know if I'm sure he does for tax write-off purposes.
Well, they have to do something when they're a billionaire or trillionaire. It just became a trillionaire yesterday
Ah,
when SpaceX went on the open market.
yeah. Hmm.
First trillionaire in history. So, but
Really?
he used to say things like every people shouldn't have to pay for the internet. All internet should be free. And that's the whole point of his SpaceX, so we don't have to pay for internet. He can launch satellites for us that we can use for free. So I'm waiting.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if what Alexander Graham Bell would think.
Yeah, what would he think?
Thomas Edison, Ben Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin. They'd say, "Do you have any dollar bills named after you, Elon Musk?" Just saying.
He's like, no, but I got about a gazillion bitcoins and stocks.
Didn't he start with PayPal? Wasn't he the PayPal
I
guy?
I have no idea.
I think he. I don't know. I don't follow these trillionaires much, even though there's only one. I don't really follow. I wonder who does his laundry.
Who? Elon?
Yeah. I think he
I'm
does
not
his
even
own laundry.
remotely curious about his life. Yeah,
Yeah, me either.
but so we're supposed to go out tonight for a sunset cruise.
You gonna do any fishing while you're out?
I haven't even actually decided whether or not I'm going, to be honest with you. It's not required that I go. Sometimes it is. but depending on how many people from the vacation rental want to go out, you just want to make sure, that you have people on board just in case anything happens.
Yeah, you got to have people with,
Yep.
what do they call those things? Those poles with the hooks on them so you can grab them out of the water?
A net.
No, they're a pole. It's a pole. You didn't know I was a sailor, right?
I did not.
Oh, yeah. I took sailing for 3 years when we lived in Hong Kong. We even built our own boats. Believe it or not.
Yeah, my boss's wife has been battling. I'm not even quite sure what the actual diagnosis is. Believe it or not, I've never asked. But she isn't. She's just been very sick for a long, long time. She weighs probably about 83 pounds.
Yeah,
And
that
she's
could be
in
an
the ICU.
autoimmune disease or some sort, or
Something like that. Kind of like almost weirdly, like almost like a combination of everything. But she's young and she's in the ICU. They're not sure she's gonna make it.
I wonder if she. Yeah.
Well, this isn't like the first time something like this has happened, but this is the first time where like my boss is like, they're like, she's probably not going to leave here. And if she does leave here, it would be on a ventilator in a facility. So
yeah.
Yeah. So who knows? I'm sort of, yeah. So of course, I mean, there's never a good time for that, but of course. So the good news is it's not full on business right yet. But and the other thing is that he has to work.
Yeah.
To
pay for it. I had a friend when I worked in Louisiana. He was another graveyard worker. He was married to an heiress. She was the heir to the Tabasco company. And they lived in that little island of Tabasco or whatever in Louisiana.
Okay.
Whatever it's called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. For some reason, I do know exactly what you're talking about.
And he had to work so she could have medical insurance. It's rough.
Well, his son, he's sort of, he's pretty remarkable. He's just turned 21, I believe. He's already owns his own boat, owns his own house. So Hunter is capable of sort of running the business, so to speak. But we have 4 or 5 other fishermen that dock at our wharf. So anyway, whatever. It's just it's life, right? It's life on life's terms, and there's that. Boy, aren't I Debbie Downer? Give Randy something to chew on, spit out.
Fine talking about this stuff because people don't realize.
Well, I'm sure they're
how hard some other people may have.
Ruth's been hankering to say some nasty shit, so we're giving him plenty to work with now. So.
Yeah, I wish I had some SpaceX stock.
I don't even know what that is. Was that Elon's company?
Yeah, that's what made him a trillionaire.
Do you ever see his father give an interview?
I've just seen a photograph of his mother and father. When I say I don't follow these people, I really don't. It's just a chance meeting on the internet. I'll see a headline or something.
Right. well, I on a chance meeting saw his father give an interview, and it sort of gave some insight into the eccentricities of that family, because there are a lot for sure. And then you throw money into it of that magnitude. It's it all comes down to, a lot of it comes down to control and power. So there, something that
Yeah.
I don't have: money or power or
Or
control.
control. I don't have control. I don't control
Right,
anything.
three.
I'm just like, okay. I try to
Well,
roll with the punches.
well, I mean, you and I both have walked in the same path as far as having kids that have with addiction stuff, and that's what you learn. I think you learn that in lots of different ways, but when you have a kid out there who's killing themselves, and everybody's got an answer, or everybody's like, well, why don't you do this, and I can't believe you haven't done that, and what, it
Well,
so
yeah, right. Well, like we can do anything. We don't even like what I'm trying to say about that is that there's a reason why that serenity prayer rings true to so many people.
mm,
It's because there's so many things that we can't control.
right.
So, and to put guilt on a parent for something that they can't control is just, I think it's kind of heinous.
Well, and no one's going to make that. No one's going to feel. No one's going to put any more guilt on a parent than they put on themselves,
Right.
regardless of whether or not it's they. There, yeah, there are certain things that I should feel guilty about, and I do, and I have, and but it's like, to what point, uh, you know, that's what the whole 12 steps is about. It's about owning your own shit, figuring it out, do what you got to do to fix it. Don't fucking keep doing it once you know
Yeah.
that it's problematic, and fucking move on.
I remember when I first started working in the casino up in Canada, and I got a lot of like when you're a new dealer, all the regulars know you're new, obviously, right? Because they're coming in every day and they're like, oh, okay. And they'll try all kinds of things with you because you're new.
Mm.
And I remember this one guy was saying something about whatever, trying to insult me in some way. And I said, I doubt if you can find anything that will hurt my feelings. And he said, why is that? I said, I have teenagers. And he said, oh, okay. So shut up. Can't say anything that's going to hurt me any more than they've ever done.
Right. And and that, believe me, my first wedding with my dad, I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was such a horrible teenager.
So terrible.
He's like, yeah, let's not worry about it today.
Right. We do this another time.
Meanwhile, he's probably thinking, she's all yours, pal.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was a bit of a hellion. But compared to one of my brothers, I was an angel. Oh. But times are different. Times are so different, Dory, from when we grew up.
Yeah, they are actually. I don't know what to think of it or what to make of it. Like, if I say anything to my grandson about girlfriend or marriage or anything, he's like, I'm not getting married. He's like, not interested. Seems like that's like the worst thing that you can do these days.
Who knows?
I don't know. He might change his mind. He's only 8.
Well, for me, it's I see things either online, or you hear stories. I wouldn't even so much say gossip anymore. It's more primarily, I mean, I don't know if they do it where you live, but I still get like, alerts when the school's shutting down or, whatever. It just,
Well,
I
this
live
is a really small town. So, like when we were
right.
at the bodega, we could hear the loudspeaker from the community park swimming pool saying there's a lightning in 15 minutes. Everyone get out of the pool. And then we knew
Okay.
it's time to go home. It's so small. It's like being
Right.
in, I don't know, small town America. And I'm not used to that. I'm used to large urban settings.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not used to large urban settings and I don't do well in large urban settings.
I think I
But
do well everywhere I go just because I'm that type of person. I don't let environment change who I am. I guess. I don't know. Maybe I do. I don't think I do.
I mean, I know people that have traveled. When you start talking to them, they're like, "Oh, I've been here," and this woman that'll be coming up. It's exhausting just listening to her. She travels so much, and she
Mhm.
just, you know, it- well, we went to Spain for 2 weeks, and then we went to here for, it's like, oh my God, don't you ever stay home?
So, yeah, like there's a lady, she's an elderly lady. She brags a lot about her children, grandchildren, stuff. And she's here because one of her kids came to school here. So she ended up here. And so they did rather well. So she was talking about her granddaughter and saying, "Oh, I'm going to call my granddaughter because I'm going to go somewhere." And she has set her life up so that she travels to Africa and she lives in London and she comes here. She has an
Yeah.
apartment in New York, blah blah. And I said, "Well, that's a pretty narcissistic lifestyle." And she says, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well."
Dory,
I said, it doesn't appeal to me, is what I'm saying. I said, it's not for
but
everyone.
okay, all right,
Listen,
Dory,
listen,
stop.
listen.
No,
I
you
grew up
listen.
having to travel. It comes from a place
Well,
I had
that's
to travel
fine.
with
And
my
you know what?
parents.
Listen to me. No, you listen to me. You can,
Okay.
okay. It's fine if people like to travel or whatever, but that doesn't mean you're a narcissist, for God's sakes. It's not even in the same wheelhouse of
I
maybe
thought
they
it
are
was funny. I
narcissistic.
thought it was funny, and she didn't take it that way. I thought it was,
Well,
oh,
of course she wouldn't. You
these
know,
people have no sense of humor.
it's
But
not
anyway,
funny.
the
It's
point
not
was,
funny.
my point was, I said, she's if she has no kids, she's probably fine doing all this traveling around. Every time you turn around, she's going somewhere else, and it's pretty glamorous. But if you have kids and they have friends, they don't really like having to move every couple of years, like or every couple of months going somewhere, or your parents not there because whatever they're decided to go to the I don't know Riviera, the French Riviera, or whatever,
Right, right.
because it's hard to change that lifestyle once you have kids. And that's why a lot of these like actors and actresses, they have a whole bunch of kids and then they can't manage their marriage because they're too busy living that type of lifestyle where they're not home a lot. So
Okay. Do you want to know? Okay. Do you want to? This is not a flaw. This is not a criticism. This is an observation.
okay.
Um, I'm ready. You ready? I'm going to lay it on you. You have a way of um making everything factual. Your opinions aren't facts. Feelings, listen to me. Feelings are not
You might
facts.
think that I'm telling facts, but I'm not. I'm just giving an opinion.
No, you do speak factually like it's law, like it's, just because you say it doesn't
Well, because I
necessarily.
have had that experience of having to travel and talking to kids that came from very
Right,
wealthy
right,
families.
right, right, right. And and what
Or
I'm
friends of
telling
mine
you,
would say, "Well, it's not all it's cracked up to be." Because I'd be like, "Well, what's it like having like unbelievable
right,
amounts of money?" And they'd be like, "It's not that
right.
great."
Well, and again, maybe it wasn't that great for her. There are a lot of people that are, you just can't categorize anybody because of their
Well, a lot of the rich kids
socioeconomic.
don't really like that they don't know their parents and were raised by nannies, like
Right, but
some of
there
them
are
don't like that.
right. But there are
Some of them
many,
do, I
many
guess.
wealthy people who do hands-on parenting.
I'm not talking about them.
I get that, but when you do talk about specific people, you
I'm not
sort of
saying that's
all right. Well, the way that you
specific to
speak, you
being
make it
wealthy.
sound like
A lot of
all
wealthy
rich
people
people are
don't
assholes.
travel every other weekend. A lot of them are homebodies, right?
That's what I'm telling you, Dory.
I know that. I'm not an idiot. Why do you always want to talk to me like I'm an idiot, that I only think one way?
No, you can't talk circles around me because I'm in the center of the
Oh,
conversation.
okay. All right. We'll go with that. That works
No,
for me.
no, I think you speak confidently, but it's not factual. Just because it's your opinion doesn't mean it's a fact.
Nobody
That's
said it was
all.
a fact.
Oh, go back and listen to this
No, I'm
conversation.
not saying that it's a fact. I'm just saying out of my experience. That's
Well,
where I
that's
get my
not how you
opinion.
couched it. Right. Well, you don't preface it with, well, my experience has been this. No, you speak as if you're speaking the gospel.
Oh, you mean
On,
I speak like I wrote the Bible.
well, metaphorically.
Okay. Well, call me Jesus then, or whatever. Who wrote the Bible? Who
Call
was
me
the one who wrote
Corinthian.
that damn thing?
Well, a lot of people
Friends of
wrote
Jesus.
it. Right.
Well, we don't even know if that's true.
We'll
Okay.
add, you know what we'll do? We'll add, instead of like there's the book of John and we'll add the book of Dory. How about that?
Um,
Why
the
not?
land of Nod. How about the land of Nod? I like that better.
Of course you do. I offer you the Bible. It's not good enough.
No, nothing's good enough for me.
God.
I'm just trying to make it a little spicier for the people that showed up. Okay.
Oh, I'm sure that yeah. I don't think that they're even paying attention, which is good. They're working out their
They're
own
working out
stuff.
their next vacation to
Yes.
wherever it is they're going.
Yes. Because we're so boring, they have to just be here, and
They are.
they're being sanctioned. It's some sort of penance.
Yeah.
Your penance is you have to listen to boring Black Eagle talk
Yeah.
about her boring life.
Well, maybe it won't be boring forever though.
I like boring. What are you
Dan West
talking
is
about?
going to a nudist retreat.
Oh, well, that won't be boring.
We don't know. We don't know what Dan looks like. We don't know how old he is. We don't know if it's appropriate in any way. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, again, one person would think boring. I like quiet. Yeah. I mean, I know some people who feed off other people and energy and being out and about. When you're around this woman Dow, you just see there's such a difference in somebody like her. She's out in the world. She fucking owns it. She's got people jumping. She's got, and I don't think it's just the fact that she's got a lot of money. It's just her personality.
So she's like a charismatic character.
Well,
Charismatic.
have you seen like Asian people who are all very like, she's very choppy.
Sun Young Moon.
She's very choppy. Her personality is very like, oh, okay, well, we got to go do this. And, oh, I'm taking you shopping. I don't like those pants. It's like, Dow, you're not taking me. I literally have to say, like, listen, enough. Like, you're not well, you can't be wearing those pants. We're going out to dinner tomorrow. It's like literally. The last time we went out to
Asian
dinner with
lady
her.
invited me to her granddaughter's birthday because it was up at the ballet school, which is a couple blocks away. And when I didn't show up, She literally came and found me and brought me there. I was like, okay, I guess I'm going. It's like
See,
the kid was 5. I don't know. But, Asian people, if they decide they want you to be family, then you are. And so that's what she decided for you. You're family and you have to dress appropriately for family.
no, she's just someone who it's just there's a reason that she came over on a boat and became like a super mega wealthy,
Oh, was she
educated.
Vietnamese? Vietnamese boat person?
Yes, she's Vietnamese boat person. She's came here, she got educated, she got a bunch of degrees, she built a bunch of companies, and that's but anyway, again, you can't necessarily stereotype people, but culturally, you just see the difference. She I'm sure her elders bossed the fuck out of her whole life. Because in some cultures, the grandparents are everything, right?
Um, yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, I know
Italian.
there's a lot of tiger moms in this area, like Asian people that have gotten their kids into Ivy League schools, right? And that's
Yeah.
kind of the goal for them. Once they do that, they feel like they've reached their pinnacle of success for whatever reason.
Dory, Dory.
What?
Nobody's turning people away that want to give them 125, 150 grand a year for their education. Trust and believe. They might want to play like they're elite and that it's exclusive and there's a waiting list, which probably there are waiting lists in the smaller education
Well,
realm.
there's no scholarships in this university, but
Right.
PhDs are free. So if you can get your kid to do their PhD here, they don't have to
What?
pay for it.
Well, you need to explain that.
Okay, they don't have scholarships for undergrad, but they cater to the undergrads because they're the paying customer in this scenario.
Okay.
But if you make it in a college, some other college, and you can come and do your PhD here and not have to pay for your PhD.
Huh.
Because you're
But you
sought after. You are one of the sought after. So if you can get your kid into an Ivy League college like Harvard or Princeton,
mm,
especially if you're Asian, you've reached the success that all the sacrifice was for that, basically, if you know what I
yeah.
mean.
Well,
So,
I also think nowadays where there's so much online addendum to any education that you are getting that, the actual in class type scenarios, even with the Ivy League schools, they're just not turning people away.
well, they can't now because what happens is, and like for instance, this one lady, she's teaching at a college. She's not going to do that class because she didn't get enough students. It's up to her to get the amount of students that she needs for the university to and I'm not saying it was Princeton, but she has to promote her own class now. You never used to have to do that. Now they have too many professors and too many classes and they don't
Hmm.
want to promote it themselves. They expect the professors to do it, and if the professor can't do it, then they don't run that class. There's still a hired
So,
by that.
so what is that?
school.
All right. Okay. Well, hold on. What does that look like? Like, as far as how do they recruit people into their curriculum?
Well, I guess I don't know how they do it. I guess they'd have to like look at statistics from high school and send out letters to people they think that they would like in their class. That because my youngest son, he got a letter from Yale when he was in 10th grade, so they start recruiting them quite young.
Okay. Well,
So based on his
maybe.
It was based on a pre-SAT score. that they tried to recruit him. So there's like families that will start their kids doing SAT training
Right.
in like second
Right.
grade.
Right.
So that by the time that, they're
Yeah.
acing it, you got to pay for it every single time. This is why rich people end up like in these places, because they can afford to do all this. I happened to have a kid that was smart. I wasn't rich. So they tried to recruit him, but I didn't have the money to go to the recruitment office. You know what I mean? It's just like, how am I going to get there? It's too far away.
Well, there you go.
And then I had a friend that was a dealer, and he got accepted to like somewhere like Oxford or something. And I said, so why didn't you go? He said, well, we didn't have any money.
Are you playing cards now, Dory?
No, I'm tapping my finger.
Oh, it sounded like you were shuffling cards around.
No,
Playing
I'm going
solitaire.
to do some I'm going to try to learn how to tarot read
Oh, okay.
for the
Yeah.
summer solstice. That's going to be my
Right.
little summer solstice.
Here, let me give you
plan.
a shortcut. Right. There, every set of tarot cards comes with a guidebook that's got all of the symbols.
Oh,
You
no,
can
I'm not
pretty
getting
much-
tarot cards to do the reading. That would be too easy.
Oh, okay.
Wouldn't it?
Right.
I'm going to do the way they used to in the old days, is use a regular deck of cards. And I looked up
Oh,
on the internet, and they have a guidebook for that.
well,
also.
there you go.
So
There
that's
you
what
go.
I will. But I have to learn how to shuffle so that.
What do you mean you have to learn how to shuffle? I would think you could do that with your hands tied behind your
No,
back.
I know how to shuffle. I'm just saying that if you're going to be a tarot card reader,
How to cheat
that's
shuffle?
you have to be able to be psychically shuffling for the appropriate people or whatever.
Cheat shuffle.
I don't know how it's going to work.
Hey,
But-
Melly. Good to see you. Dana. Oh, Dan. So sorry. Shuri.
You had me going for a second there. I was like, what? I didn't see her.
Yeah. Oh, you know when
Oh,
it's
Millie D is here. I didn't
Yeah.
see her. I didn't know she came into my chat.
Did I see Susie earlier or
Maybe she comes in sometimes, once in a blue moon. A lot of
Yeah.
people come in and they don't chat because they go
Right.
other places where, they have rules. I don't have any rules over here. So,
Oh, is that it?
yeah, people can go to whatever chat they want to. I'm not going to say, don't come here, or you
Right.
talk to somebody that doesn't like me. No, I don't care.
Oh, for
Right.
God's I don't
Other places,
really don't
people
do
get
that.
upset
Right.
if you talk to Dory, you're gonna
No.
feel some kind of way.
No,
Whatever.
I mean maybe at one point in the community things were like that, but I think it's sort of all become one.
Do you think they got over all that?
No, I think the community sort of like
Grew
became
up?
one. Well, there is
Okay,
that,
well,
but because it's
yeah.
just ridiculous to have people like grown ass adults who've never met each other getting upset that other grown ass adults they haven't met are friendly with somebody they
I
haven't
know it's
met.
weird to me. It makes me laugh sometimes when I think about it.
I saw you in there, Beagle, talking to her. Oh my God, you flip flopper.
I remember when they used to call you a flip flopper. I used to laugh so hard.
Oh
when
yes, the
they say
biggest
that.
fucking flip flopper in the fucking community calling me a fucking flip flopper.
So how do
She
you
flopped herself right the fuck
qualify
off
it?
the
That's what I
community,
want to
period.
know.
Who gives a shit? Fucking
Insanity. Susan Powder, stop the insanity.
yeah. Give that dog a bone.
She lost all her money, ended up
Nanya?
driving Uber, and then Netflix found her, and they did a documentary on her. She's rich again.
Who?
Susan Powder.
Oh, for Christ's sakes.
Do
Okay.
do you remember her?
Yes, yeah, I do
Stop the
remember
Madness.
her.
That's
Yes,
what
yes, yes.
that's what her thing was.
Well, okay. I don't think that's quite the same thing in the online communities. It's
Could be though. I mean, we could all be rich as we speak right now. All of us here, because we haven't gone anywhere. Where there's a lot of people that have been demonetized. They've had terrible luck with the internet, but not us. We're good.
well, I mean, it all depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking to keep track of, there's a few channels that follow cases, and if I'm interested in the case, I'll go there. Obviously, lately I've been just sort of zeroing in on artists and, all types of artists. It's the
Yeah.
algorithm of in your brain does it on its own.
Well, there's
It all
so many people that are offensive that take advantage of victims that I tend not to try to follow any of the, you know, uh, YouTube people. I mean, there's a couple that probably aren't doing that, but like for the most part, they're exploitative.
well, what do you mean? You feel, I mean, it's not like they're conjuring up scenarios to be able to have an opinion on. It's life is happening. It's
No, they're
being
talking about victims' stories as if they have their opinion matters to the victims' families.
right.
And
Okay.
that's what is offensive to me. You know what I mean? Just like it's fine if you want to put somebody's picture of your missing child on your thumbnail and put their name all over your channel and then talk about smoking weed all day and make money doing that. I don't know. I just have a problem with it. I don't want to go there to those
Good.
channels. You know what I mean?
Well, you don't have to.
That's right.
See, what's weird for me that I have to be very careful of is that now locally here in our big city of Portland, Maine, it's a contender with a lot of the other big cities as far as people the open air drug markets are finding their way here. Um yeah, there's certain places that you go downtown Portland, Maine, and I can see YouTubers out there filming.
Oh,
I know their
really? That's
yeah, I know
interesting.
their yeah, I know their channels. I know it's weird.
Because of the atmosphere in your town now, it's
Well,
become.
not yeah, I guess what I'm saying is that what you once saw in big huge populated cities is now finding its way into small town America. I mean, considerably where I live, our big city would be considered small. But there's tents out there on the sidewalks.
Well, even where you are.
Not necessarily where I am. I have to drive about 40 minutes or so. It would, where I live, it would never, nobody would let that happen here.
Well, I mean, it's just a little bus ride from here to New York City or
Right,
Trenton, New Jersey.
right.
They
Aren't
all
there
have
like,
that
are there
bus route.
encampments along the train tracks?
What's
Do you
that?
see? Are there encampments along the train tracks?
Not because our station is on the university campus.
Okay.
You don't see that. They're not going to
I'm
have
tr-
that. But
right. Shit, I used to not Princeton. What's the other Ivy League school near
Harvard,
there? Nope, not
Harvard's in
Hart.
Boston.
In Jersey. What's or right
Oh,
outside? Oh my God.
I can't think of it.
Anyway,
They're like,
Um,
it's not no, Stanford's in California.
Stanford. Yeah. No, no, but there is a Stanford in
In,
Connecticut. Yeah.
yeah.
And Connecticut's right outside New York City. It's literally like an hour train ride. So anyway, and you know what? To be honest with you, when I see when you're doing your little vlog thing, it looks very much like Stanford and every other college town along the way into New York City.
On the East Coast, yeah. It's all those
Yes.
towns are the same. I
Yeah.
love the architecture. I love the old stone buildings from the
Yep.
1600s. All
Yep.
of that is so nice.
Yeah. I mean, I could see living there. I mean, it looks very much like it would in Maine, in any, rural
I'm so
neighborhood.
used to being
It,
on the water, though. I find it. I feel a little bit awkward not being,
yeah.
landlocked. I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
But now that I'm older, it shouldn't matter so much because I'm not doing as much outdoorsy stuff as I used to.
Yeah. Well, so do you think you'll ever get around to doing a she shed?
Oh, I'm on a list for a few apartments, so we'll see.
Why? Why
Hmm?
would you do that? Why would you do that?
Why would I go get an apartment?
Yeah.
Uh, so that we have more than one dwelling.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm sure having you there is excellent for that boy.
It is, but sometimes I'm just saying that sometimes being the mom, I could provide a place if needed.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not pish-poshing you away
I'm
from
not trying to say that there's anything wrong going on. I'm just saying it's
no,
always
no, no.
good to have a
Right.
plan B. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
for sure. Absolutely. I'm going to be living under a bridge, so that's,
Well, if I get my apartment, you can move in with me. You'll have to sleep in the kitchen, but
No, I'm looking forward to it. I
sorry about the kitchen. I don't know if I'll have any. I don't know if I'll have an actual bedroom when I move. We'll see.
Speaking of people online, I mean, some of these people are pretty creative. They've converted buses and campers and
Yeah, I was thinking
minivan.
of going that route. I actually own a couple of houses. This is the sad part of everything, but it's not anywhere where anybody wants to live in my family. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I own a house and I can't even afford the taxes on it. So,
Right. Same here. I mean, I
um,
might lose the house because of it. But
well, we've
the
had a
other
guy
one,
that's
they
been
tore the
living in
house
our
down.
house.
They
Yeah.
actually tore the house down of one of them. And so that one I can afford. They're probably not going to sell it
So
for
you
tax
have the
evasion.
land, you have the plot or whatever.
Yeah, but I owe them money because they tore it down and they charged me for tearing it down.
Huh. Well,
So,
my house with my husband Seth, that we still own together. The guy that's been living there has renovated the house. He's lived there. He's paid our taxes. It just went on the market last year, last fall. Um, and who knows?
yeah, I don't know. See, I don't know what the future holds for, like, I could go down there and like do an eviction and do all kinds of stuff, but I'm like, if it's not worth the money for me to do it, there's nothing that's going to come back from it. I don't know. I might as well, some parts of me just want to
Yeah,
let it go. It's not a big deal. I don't care.
yeah. When my daughter was pissed off at me, she was like, "Oh, now you're getting the house renovated." It's like, like, sorry,
Whoops. Whatever.
So
Kids are emotional about places that they grew up in. Okay. But that doesn't mean, like, my daughter would still love to live in Vancouver. Of course, I took her away from her favorite place. Of course, it's a lot of people's favorite place.
That was the smartest thing I did with my inheritance, and was buy that house.
Mm-hmm.
If
But
ever I've
hopefully
done
things can
one
come
thing
to an
right,
end. We
it
don't
was
know
that.
what the future holds for us, right? We just don't.
Well, you know, I'll tell you what I'm not interested in. I'm not interested in like having roommates or, renting. And it's like, oh, you could rent it out. And it's like, nah,
I tried that in Las Vegas, and it was they'd be good for a few months, and then they stop paying, and I'm like, oh my god, now how am I going to get rid of these people? I'm too nice. I'm
yeah.
really nice.
You, you know what's weird is when I go there, his name's Alan. I, it's like, I don't just go there and waltz in and whatever. But I do have to remind myself that it's my fucking house.
I know it's weird. I don't
I
know.
go walk around and
I've
I'll
had the
see
same
he's got a
squatters for so
garden.
many years. I hate to kick them out now, right?
No, it's not even. No, believe me, pray that I don't know what the
No,
hell I
I'm
would
talking
do.
about that's my experience
Oh, oh, oh.
because I'm too nice. I'm like, oh my god, I can't. I'm not a person that can like throw people out of their home. I can't. I can't do it. You must sense it.
Well, yeah, this guy, he does. Oh my God, Dory, he does the most amazing brickwork. He's always doing like things that the average person never pay. Like, do you pay attention to like trim on a garage?
No, but my daughter would because she's an artist,
Oh, I
so
thought you
she
were going to
knows.
say architect.
She's an artiste. She's
Artiste. What's an artiste?
well, she does design and painting. She does both, but she's really good at um, interior design. She
Mm,
watches all the shows too. She loves that stuff.
yeah, some people have a knack for that.
So she would
Yeah.
notice. She talks about her freaking gutters all the time. I'm like, who cares about these gutters? You know what I mean? She does though.
Well,
Like,
until he started work, he did our outside patio, which we had actually started. But anyway, just attention to detail that I don't even notice, and he'll be like, "Oh, well, did you see this?" It's like, "Oh, I didn't even notice."
see, like I'm that person that like when I see someone do something after they've been talking about it, and I'm like amazed.
Mm,
I'm like, how did they get it to look so good? You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like I'm like that person that's like so into it once I see it, but before I can't even picture it.
Well, it's like I'm fascinated by the right brain. I think it's right brain or left brain. I'm very fascinated by the other side, the people that have the other type of brain than myself, because they're very, numbers, they're great with numbers, they're great with measurements, they're great with visualizing things that they can tell that, oh, that wall is completely crooked. You do know that, right? It's like,
Yeah, I know what you're
I don't
saying. I'm like, no, I didn't notice it. I'm like, oh, are you telling me I shouldn't have bought this house? Oh no, it's easy to fix. I'm like, oh, well, how easy can it be? Like, I don't know how to fix it. Like
well,
when I got my first house, like the dealers that I worked with were like, oh yeah, we just like help each other. I'm like, nobody's volunteering to come and move my toilet. Like drill a hole in the in the cement, what do you call it? The slab, and redirect
foundation.
my toilet so I can have a bigger
Yeah.
bathroom. Nobody's doing
Yeah.
that. They don't do that for girls. They just do it for their guy
Yeah.
friends.
Hmm.
At least that's what it seemed like to me.
Yeah. I don't want to go on a sunset cruise,
You
Dory.
don't because you don't want to
Nope.
jump in the water if
Just
someone goes overboard.
no, I'm home. It's hot. I'm finally cooling down.
You
My
don't want to
pooch is
change your
here.
clothes and do all the getting ready stuff.
No, I'm ready. It's just khaki shorts and a t-shirt.
Okay, so are you going or not?
I don't know. I don't know. I've got another half an hour, 45 minutes to decide.
And if you
It's
do go,
beautiful. No, you know what it is? Once I'm out there, it's like, ah, I'm so glad that I came.
yeah, I think you're gonna go. That's my feeling, but
I'm
I
gonna
know if it
go
was
only
me, I
you
would
know
go
why
because
I'm gonna go?
I don't miss stuff, except I did miss the school picnic because of the heat. It was so bad. I was like, and it's a long day for me because I'm like, I usually leave the house 8:15 in the morning, and
Yeah.
that was the picnic was at 5, and I'm like, oh my God, I've been out all day already. Do I
Yeah.
really want to go out again? Not really.
Yeah. It's fine. It's for sure. My boss right now he's so fucking stressed out. So I'm gonna I don't always go and I'm gonna do it just because poor guy's losing his wife, you know. And he's
I know it's
still
so sad, huh?
yeah, it is.
There's 2 kids at school in the 2nd grade whose fathers have cancer, and one of them has a pretty good prognosis, but the other one is like he's pretty much got a death sentence. It's really sad.
Well,
You
yeah,
know,
that's
because
very sad.
and I just like we after we everyone found out he had been coming to the playground and he stopped coming now to the playground,
Aw.
which is
Aw.
yeah, kind of sad. We're not
Huh.
seeing him. So
Yeah, and it's hard like with my boss because he's just not like he's not Mr. Chatty Cathy, period, in general. And you know, you're in that place. Of course you don't want to be like, you know, how's it going? You don't want to see it's just weird. It's just weird and
there's nothing
uncomfortable
you can
and
say that will help anything or fix
no,
anything. It's so hard
no,
to know what to say.
no,
And I
for
don't
sure.
like, I don't know, like with women, we tend to get triggered by things if we have stuff like that, right? We get triggered. So we might like burst into tears or, I don't know what guys are like, but like, okay, you're going to die. How do you feel today? Like, oh my God. Like, what do you
Well, I
say?
mean, there are times when life has happened and it's like, yeah, sorry, I still got to go fishing and I still got, you know, I still got to run the business and you know, obviously there's times in life where life keeps going and whatever, but when it's like this, like where you know, he's certainly not going to
He's certainly not
not
going to.
Yeah, it's weird.
not
Like the guy
Oh,
that I worked with where his wife was dying, he didn't stop working after she died. He kept working. It was weird.
well, did he like,
Like, I don't
well,
know.
did
I
he
wouldn't
like?
know her name. I don't know. I
hey,
don't
I'm
know.
echoing,
Hey, I'm
darling.
echoing, darling.
Oh, sorry. Is this helping?
Um,
Um,
nope.
nope.
Okay. Do you want me to drop down or should I end it? What do you think?
It's up to you.
It's up to you.
We're getting
We're getting
got to give Root
gotta give
and
Ruth
Randy
and
something to,
Randy something
you
to,
know, what you
you know,
about.
what you about.
They
Okay.
got
Let me
their
drop
They
down
talk
got
and
their
do
shit
talk
quota.
shit
All
quota.
right.
All right.
that.
I'll be right back, Dory. Did that work out for you, or should?
Are you there?
Yes,
Why is it
I
dark?
think
Oh,
it.
my camera's on. That's why it's dark. Hang on.
I think it took care of it. Uh so anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go. And
You're gonna go to the. What time do you have to be there? 8 o'clock.
probably like no, about 7:30ish.
So an hour.
Yeah, we do they're down there now doing lobsters and stuff. Uh yeah. But I'll tell you what, the other fishermen, they've all, you know, they're they're giving their lobsters to Jim's customers. That's just the kind of people that they are down here. They're like, don't even worry about it. We got you. You know, I don't know. It's just,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like when I lived on the West Coast. I never had to pay for crab or salmon. People just gave it to me
Mm.
because their husband was a fisherman or whatever.
I wish I was a fisherman.
Are
Na 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 na
don't these
na.
fishermen have any friends? But no, they don't because they're like out on a boat alone or with their little crew, and that's it. They don't really socialize.
Are you serious?
Oh, the ones in BC. I don't know. They know.
Oh,
I guess they know each other. Whatever. They don't
okay.
socialize like on land as much as we do. I don't know what to
Okay,
explain.
it's all right. You're doing it again. You can't just say that fishermen don't socialize. It's just not true.
Well, my
But
grandfather was a fisherman, and he socialized a lot because he was also the pastor.
sure. Well, it, okay, never mind. Sorry. I guess I tend to point out all the things that you point out.
The
Like
opposite. There's all
cat
kinds
dog.
of people in every thing.
You can't, there's just no way to say all fishermen this or all fishermen that or all this that. You can't do it. It's just not you just yeah. There of course there's certain traits and whatnot, but just when you think that you can, I don't want to say stereotype really.
I guess
Um
it is a stereotype, but I
of
don't really know
course.
much about fishermen because even though my grandfather was a fisherman, we didn't hang
Well,
out with him that much.
right. Well, there's universal truths of it all. It's hard fucking work. There's that. So that's one thing I'm sure nobody will you know. And really, to be honest with you, it's just like anything else. There are some that are just, they're always going to be at the bottom. They're always going to drive a shitty truck and they're never going to get ahead and they're always going to be whatever. And then there's going to be the ones that, you know, do the same work but are able to make a viable business out of it. And my
Yeah.
boss is doing a whole line of organic um, you know, seaweed based products that are it's pretty crazy, you know.
When
Shit
I
like
was in
that.
Seattle, I had a friend who was a 500 millionaire because he was
Yeah.
owned a fishing fleet. So that's what you want to do. And then he starts talking like, well, what do you think about if I move my fleet down to Florida? Like, if people have so much money, they can do stuff like that.
Well,
I'm
you
like,
know
why
what
would
the
you
other
do that?
thing, Dory? Yeah, here's the other thing is that sometimes people stumble upon something that is innocuous. Seemingly uh like I'll tell you, you want to know one product that has made people fucking multi millionaires? Licorice extract. It's
Or
in everything.
Jason. Oh, it's in
Ja,
everything.
J- licorice is in gazillion things.
Are you
Um,
talking about licorice or are you talking about gelatin?
no, I'm talking about whatever it is that makes freaking licorice. Whatever properties are in that has made people very, very wealthy.
That's horse hooves, gelatin.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Creepy, huh?
Well, I'm just saying something, if you were to say, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" "Oh, I sell licorice." "Oh, oh yeah, by the way, I'm a multi-millionaire." you know,
Yeah, but like
selling lic
when I was dealing cards in Louisiana, like this young people would come up to my table and they'd be really super wealthy, especially the black people, right? And they'd say things like, "You're probably wondering where I got all my money." I'm like, "No," because I'm the bartender. I'm not supposed to be questioning them, right? Oil.
That is
Like all
so
these people
weird.
in Houston own oil fields because
Yeah.
they're, you know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, well, I mean, look at that movie Armageddon was a very, just gives you a glimpse of what that type of it's very lucrative, obviously. Ta-da! Look at Saudi Arabia. Ta-da!
right. But so you look at these people and they have perfectly manicured nails and their skin is perfect. They've never wanted for anything, and it's all because they had an oil well or two or five or 17 or whatever, however many you need to never work, right?
Yeah.
But there's so
Although
many of
I've
them.
watched a gazillion documentaries on Saudi Arabia, and doesn't even to me look inviting in the least to visit, not even remotely.
Well, apparently they have really nice beaches and they don't allow alcohol, so it should be perfect for you.
Well, I'm sure that you can find alcohol,
Oh
but I
yeah,
wouldn't want to be
you can
I
find it.
certainly wouldn't want to be in Saudi Arabia breaking the rules.
Right? Don't want to go to Saudi Arabian jail.
Nope. Nope. Or a North Korean jail. Nope.
Yeah, North Korea is scary.
But why would that's the thing. I was watching a documentary on that earlier. And why would you even risk going? I guess
People
you
get
would risk.
desperate. Like there's there was a whole TV series on locked up in different places like Thailand,
Yes.
and it was
Bali.
getting desperate trying to make money to support their drug habit without having to become prostitutes.
Well, and not only that, just it's a very going to Bali. I mean, the opium and heroin is everywhere. So, people, the amount of people that try to smuggle that drug, if you can do it and get away with it, you become very extremely wealthy. If not,
But
you end up in
you're not
a
using it fast.
Balian prison for the rest of your life.
But that's why they use these drug mules so they don't have to go to prison. See what I
Okay,
mean?
Dory.
They got to have
Okay.
somebody to pay for the plane tickets. It's not that easy.
Uh, well, if anybody is stupid enough to risk it, then
I don't know.
I would
I would
assume
never think of
nowadays.
doing it.
Well, look at that kid that went over to he went to Korea and he ended up defacing a poster or something. The one that they ended up finally getting him released and he died like a week later. Do you know the one I'm talking about?
No, I didn't follow that one,
Okay. Anyway. Yeah.
but it
It
doesn't surprise me.
yeah. Anyway, we got all the okay. Oh my god. Black Eagle's biting her tongue. Yeah. Anyway,
So they're
I
gonna
am. What?
go ahead. No, sorry.
I'm gonna go freshen up, psych myself up to go have a very beautiful, beautiful evening. I've already told them they can't bring their dog. Why would you even ask? To me, that just seems like a no fucking brainer.
Okay, I rented to this one girl. When I lived in Las Vegas, I had an apartment built into my house so I could rent it out. And
Hey, Root, why don't you go get a life? You got such a busy, exciting life. What are you even doing here? You're more of a loser than we are.
who are you talking to?
Fucking Randy with his fucking girlfriend sitting there at opposite ends watching
I
us
can't see
talking shit.
the
Yep.
chat. Sorry.
Mm. I'm
Anyway, so
sorry. I
I
apologize for
rented to
that.
this girl because she had a what do you call it? A service dog that she goes
Yes.
everywhere with. And as soon as she rented the apartment, she never took that dog out, and it was barking all the time. It was heartbreaking. I was like, oh my
Uh-huh.
god, how can she like say she takes her dog everywhere and then never takes it anywhere?
I don't know. I would think if
She
you
said it
get
was
it,
a service dog.
yeah. Can't you buy those kits that make it look like you have a service dog?
Well, but then you can still take them everywhere, right? So why isn't she doing that?
I
Why is
don't
she
know,
abusing her
Dorn.
pet?
No, Root, you're
I
just a
don't care if
fucking
she has a
bitch.
dog, but if you can't take your dog with you, then I'll babysit. I'm home. I'm in
There
the
you
same
go.
building. Why
There you
wouldn't she
go.
do that? It was very weird to me.
Well, their dog is absolutely gorgeous. Retriever with the long hair. They're reddish. What is it? A retriever? I forget.
Better.
Yes,
Irish better. I used to have one. They're
better.
beautiful.
Yes, yes, yes. Not a retriever. Duh. Are they? Isn't it a combination of retriever setter, or is it just setter?
Well, the Irish setter is known for their duck hunting.
Uh, yes. Okay, Randy.
I don't know what retrievers do.
Hmm. Yes,
But the setter
Randy.
will point the ducks out too, or if there's ducks like nesting somewhere in the water, that they point, and that's another thing. There's pointers that are
Oh, no
also hunting
kidding.
ducks.
Huh. Well,
That's why they call
beagles
it
are pretty
setter nesting.
fascinating, but they're not very good lap dogs.
Well, mine was really adorable, lapdog.
Yeah.
No, she wasn't allowed on the furniture. I wouldn't let her up on the furniture. She was funny.
Oh, there's that. All right. Well, I think we can let all these people back to their exciting,
Yeah, let's do
overachieving
that.
lives. We've taken
Let's
them
do
away
that.
from.
I'm gonna come back tomorrow, I think, because I'll have more hours tomorrow to kill.
Yeah. When you are you done at the college or
Am I at the college?
do you take the summer off?
Oh no, he does. I think he can. He does his own hours. Works when he wants to.
Oh, well, you know what I was thinking of the senior center. Do you
Oh no, it's
take this?
all it's all year. It goes on all
Okay.
year.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
my office. Dory D calls it my conference room.
yeah. Well, I'm sure it's a lot nicer than mine. You don't have to wear wellies to get to it.
No, it hasn't rained much the last year here. For some reason, we've had a drought, but we had a thunderstorm yesterday.
Yeah, well, everything here, the woman that's renting, she said, there's moisture everywhere. I said, yes, it's you know. She's like, I just feel like a salt. I said, yes, you're at the ocean. It's like, hello. I think she thought like where we are that the water wasn't salty. I don't know. They don't swim there anyway, so I guess whatever.
Well, she comes from Vietnam, right?
No, not this one.
Oh, it's a
No.
different one.
Yeah. Dow. I'm gonna see if Dow will let me probably not. Scratch that. I'm not gonna ask to interview Dow. I'm not even
Oh, you're thinking about talking to her?
well, I was thinking about like trying to share it, but my boss would fucking flip. Like, yeah,
Oh, yeah, if you
we don't
found
mix
out.
YouTube Black Eagle with Potts Harbor lobster. Ne'er shall the other than going to the far to the when we do the whatever at the park.
You just
At the
want to have
fa-
some rare footage. That's all
well,
it is.
it's the same foot. There's nothing exciting. Every day, it's okay. Here's a boat. Here's fishermen unloading a boat. It's it's not that thrilling. Just ask Macho Man over here, Mister.
Yeah, I don't know what most of the people do around here. I
Oh, I
know
can
that
just
some of them, a
imagine.
lot of them drive. There's a lot of drivers that listen to us, jammer on.
Yeah,
They're in their
he's not
cars.
one of them. Trust and believe that. All right, darling. I'm gonna go.
All right, see ya.
Talk to you soon. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, guys. So thanks for showing up. It's a little slow around here today, so I'm not used to afternoon streams. So I'll talk to y'all later.